Hello, I'm Benny Westside, and today we're going to talk about something pretty spicy. I'm personally very excited about it. I feel like you are going to as well. The title of the video or the thumbnail aren't really holding anything back, so without further ado, we are about to embark upon the Age of X. Yes, a couple patches ago, I revealed the Professor X teaser in the loading screen, and I've still been hearing or seeing people say, if Professor X is coming, if that's actually true, he was in the game, he was gonna come, and today I can officially uh, announce he is coming. The plan is that he will come early next year, so around the same time Apocalypse would have been released. Similarly, we're going into a whole Age of X storyline, and I just want to say from the beginning, uh, Age of X is more of a storyline. It's gonna connect the events, legendaries, uh, story wise throughout this year, but they really want put an emphasis on the fact that they learned from their mistakes from Age of Apocalypse, and they're going to protect the integrity of player agency. Now, that's just their word. They have not told us the unlock methods, requirements, so we don't actually know. We're taking their word for it. I want to believe it. I think they saw that we liked the agency. After the Age of Apocalypse, when Dark Dimension 6 was announced, we had a massive burst of relief. Teams like Sinister Six, somewhat X-Men, Symbiotic Six, Photon, these things made them see that we do really like agency, getting to play with the characters, theory crafting, doing our own thing. So I'm hoping that the Professor X unlock is not going to be as prescriptive as Apocalypse is. That said, similarly to Apocalypse, he's going to have 4 legendaries leading up to him as well. And this is actually the panel. If you remember, for Apocalypse, we had this image with 4 hooded figures, which were the Horsemen, that got revealed throughout the year. So this is basically the equivalent of that. Bam, bam, bam. No, oh my God, bam, 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 and here. Oh, that took so long. Anyway, 4 BAMs, 4 legendaries. This yellow panel up here is the teaser for the first one. Well, we don't really know much about this, but we know that this character is going to be on the Mercs for Money team with Deadpool and Pandapool. We don't know. Well, I know one of them. They told us, but I'm not telling you. We know 2 more characters that are coming. There's gonna be. We don't know the 2 other characters that are coming. Plus, we don't know the legendary. But if you can make a guess, let me know. I can make a guess, but that's a discussion for another time. Maybe it's somebody that rhymes with a prior legendary. I don't know. That would be my guess. All right. So yeah. So story wise, they're gonna connect. They're not necessarily X-Men or Professor X's teammates, but story wise, they're going to tie it into them. So don't think of it like, oh, we're going into just a whole year of Mutant Strike Force. That's not it, from what I understand. And they confirmed that while Professor X is going to have the X-Men tag, he's a plug-and-play standalone character. These 4 legendaries aren't meant to make one single team with X or Xavier. So it's not like Apocalypse and the Horsemen in that manner. So throughout this year, we're just gonna explore these stories, and we're gonna unravel where has Professor X been in all these years that Ultimus, Thanos, Ultron, Doom, uh, Dormammu, Super Skull, and Mephisto have been, fucking us up. So where has he been? This is the technically, Kestrel's a mythic, but she kind of got retconned. Um, Professor X is technically the first hero mythic that we're gonna get. So why hasn't he helped out? Like, what have you been doing this whole time? So that's what we're gonna learn, evidently, if you read the stories in the campaign missions that you're autoing through, because there's no challenge. All right. Um, Let me see what else. Yes. So right now, the goal is Mephisto, obviously. Age of X is the one afterwards. But once the Dark Dimension is opening today, technically that's sort of like the final stone of the Mephisto saga. Um, Starting with Nova, Black Cat, and Green Goblin. Um, Afterwards, the chase is going to be Professor X. I think they really liked having that overarching story, so they tried a version of it with Mephisto. I think that was kind of too loosely tied together. I don't know how it's going to be here. As I said, we don't know the unlock requirement or method for Professor X, so your guess is as good as mine, but supposedly it's not going to be prescriptive. Um, and I just want to confirm. This is this. Oh, why? This is the version here. This is the version of Professor X that we're gonna get. He's gonna be ambulatory. He's gonna have his helmet. Um, the wheelchair version, obviously, the more iconic look for the character. Uh, they said that because they have these rigs, right, and they're very limited. They said that technically it wasn't possible for them to do that because, like they need reactions to every type of action that comes in. So like if somebody gets punched or blasted or smashed around, they need reaction animations for each of those. So every like shape of character has those reaction animations. Um, they said it would be impossible for them to implement somebody in a wheelchair reacting with all the animations that are already existing in the game. I don't know. And then on a second note, they also said we kind of also didn't quite want to have all our characters beat up or try to hit somebody in a wheelchair, which I understand. I know there's going to be a lot of disappointment. Would it have been cool to see him in the wheelchair? Yes, I agree. But I think this is going to be cool as well. That it's just the reality of the game. You know how it's running. You know all the issues. I don't even know. I'm kind of at a loss for words. This is the only way they could implement him. Maybe that's what he's been doing for the past 6 years. He's been trying to convince them to put him in a wheelchair, but they weren't able to. And finally, they threw their hands up and they said, "You know what? Let's just put him in, walk in. That's what we can do." I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, so that's about it. Let me know what you think. I'm hyped. I'm hopeful, cautiously hopeful, that we're gonna have agency. But yeah, let me know what you think. Let me know who you think this is going to be up here. My fingers today. This whole overlay is throwing me off. Let me know who you think this legendary is going to be. Horseman. So yeah, let me know. I'm hyped.